Hey, welcome back to TMX Brick Notes. I'm Bonsai, and today we're going to be showing you how to use BrickLink and stuff. So, hang tough! Alright, welcome back. Here we go. We're going to show you a little more on BrickLink today, a tutorial on, what are we doing? Oh yes, we're going to show you how to start your own BrickLink store, register as a seller, or register as a member. Pretty much, if you're not 18 years old, you should not be doing this without your parents' permission. But either way, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, we're looking at the home page for BrickLink.com, and we're going to click on How Do I Sell right here. There we go. It says, how do I sell? This topic assumes that you are a registered seller. If you are not a registered seller, you can register as a seller right here. Okay, let's do that. And then we'll come back to this. All right, so we're choosing our country. Let's assume we're in the United States and click Proceed. Desired username. Now, this is not your store name. For instance, my store is called Mr. Bear's Bricks. I didn't type that in here. I typed in TMX37. That's my username. So you're going to type in your username. You already exists? Oh, bummer. Okay. Let's type in Bonsai. Okay. Bonsai is available. Perfect. Okay, so after you've got your password and your secret question entered, you want to type in your email. Now, email can be very important. You have different options here for receiving contact messages and invoices. So when someone buys from your store, it can go to either just your email, which you would type in here, or it can go to My Messages, which is directly logging into the BrickLink website, or you can have them go to both. Either way, this needs to be an email that you are checking often. If you want a quick response time, then maybe you're going to be checking this hourly, or you've got a smartphone where the email pops through and tells you, hey, someone's sent you an invoice. I'm sorry, not an invoice. Someone's bought from your store, and you can send them an invoice. Basic information right here, your name and address. That's very important. That's where you're going to be shipping from, and the buyer is going to see that. Preferred viewing currency, you're going to want to keep that in US dollar if you're in the United States. And if you're optional, you can do your favorite theme. Very cool. Okay, store information. What is your store name? This is where you're going to put that in. Is it going to be Bonsai's Bricks? Oh my gosh, that might even be available. Keep in mind you cannot use Lego in the store name. So do not try to do that. I skipped this up here. All payments of BrickLink fees go through PayPal. So I would strongly suggest having a PayPal account set up before you set up your BrickLink store. In fact, they may even make you do that. Alright, payment methods that are accepted. PayPal is the most common, but you can choose any of these that work for you. Just make sure if it's personal check or cashier's check, I would suggest that you wait till it clears before you accept that payment and send out the goods. There are ways around that. You can have automatic clearing, but you need to know what you're doing before you do anything like that. Okay, store currency, if you're in the US, just stick with US dollar to get started. Also for shipping, I would suggest if you're just starting your store, stick with the US. If you're doing international shipping, there are customs forms and so forth that you need to fill out when you're shipping things overseas. There are potentially some taxes and tariffs and just some wrinkles that you really should learn and learn as you go along before you start shipping internationally. And finally, allow image harvesting. If you have a unique part that no one else has a picture of, and you've got a picture of it yourself, you can click yes, and that's going to pull that into the BrickLink catalog and allow everyone to use it. That might be if you have a custom minifigure or something like that. That's where that would fall into place. Now, you need to agree that I accept the terms of service, and you can click there to read those from BrickLink. And also, you need to be 18 years old. Again, if you're not 18 years old, do not do this. In fact, if you're not 18, you should get your parents' permission, but I just strongly would not suggest opening a store. There's just so many things that are going to be happening that I would advise against it. Not saying that you shouldn't. I mean, if you're 16, 17, whatever, and you're ready to do this and you know you're going to be doing it for a long time, go for it, do whatever, but again, not my suggestion. And obviously BrickLink is saying you can't do it. You're going to have an adult set this up for you. Finally, you're going to click Submit Registration. Now, I'm not going to do that, but let's go back to where we started. Here we go. How do I sell? This topic assumes that you registered as a seller. So we've already gone through that. Let's go into some details. Listing items for sale. There are 3 ways to list items on BrickLink. Number 1, you can sell it in a single item at a time. So let's say you go to Craigslist and you find a big lot of used items and you bring it home. You're going to have to put those into the inventory one at a time. Red 2x4 brick, you're going to have to look up that part number and upload, I've got 5 of them, into your inventory. There's also option number 2, mass inventory upload. I have not done that yet. Maybe somebody that's watching this video has done that and they can leave comments on tips on how to do that. Number 3, part out a set. This is what a lot of people are doing. If you buy a new set, BrickLink has an option so you can part that set out, and there could be another video on how to do that also. Managing your inventory. If you click on My Inventory, it'll show you everything that you have for sale at that time and all the values for that. Probably the biggest thing is receiving an order. You receive an order when a buyer adds 1 or more items that you have listed into their shopping cart, checks out, and submits the order. What you've seen is a lot of stores having a minimum buy. I would suggest having a minimum buy for your store when you first start, because it's kind of tedious for someone to come along and buy just like 1 piece and it's 10 cents and now you have to ship it to them. It can be counterproductive to making money. And if you're doing this to make money, then you're nuts. If you're doing this as a hobby to have fun, then I hope you enjoy it. Okay, suggested order procedure. It goes through these steps. I'm not going to just say everything, but keep in mind at the bottom here there are fees. There are fees from BrickLink. It's anywhere from 3 to 4%, I think. Maybe it's less than that. Maybe it's 2.5%. So if you sell $100 worth of stuff, let's say the fee's 3%, that means BrickLink is now going to say, hey, you owe me $3. And they're going to do that monthly. And every time your fee account gets over $5, they are going to they're going to send you an invoice and say, hey, use PayPal and pay us the money that you owe us. And again, that'll be on a monthly basis if your fees are over $5. The other thing is PayPal. Every time there's a transaction, as a seller, you're going to get charged. So each transaction is 30 cents, and there is a 2.9% fee on top of that. And again, those are current numbers, but just keep in mind, if you average this out, it's about 6% of your sales taken away in fees. So if you sell $100 worth of stuff, you got $6 worth of fees. You know what? Either way, I think we've gone through enough for you to get started and set your store up. I believe the biggest suggestion I would have is work hard on your store terms and your splash page to make sure that your buyers understand what they will expect from you as a seller. Let them know if you have a smoke-free home, a pet-free home. Let them know what they can expect for shipping. I would suggest charging exact shipping. I would suggest maybe getting a scale at home, or if you can't get a scale at home, maybe take it to the post office. That's what I did when I first started. I took it to the post office and they had a scale and I weighed it so I knew what it was. As far as shipping supplies, when you're just getting started, don't order a whole bunch to get rolling off the bat. I ordered a lot of boxes and I still haven't used them up a year later. So, you know, just take it easy. But otherwise, hopefully that lets you at least see how to use the BrickLink site to get your store registered. I want to say thank you again for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and Bonsai wants to say goodbye also. All right, bye. See ya.
I'm gonna be a famous Lego guy. Bonsai!